So my name is Vincenzo Paolino, and I'm the co-founder and co-CEO of Alma Casa. I founded that together with my business partner, Liliana Peverelli, about 10 years ago, and now we are opening our fifth site in a few months here in the canton of Zurich. Alma Casa, to put it in very short terms, is putting humanistic values into practice for people who need lots of help, lots of care, and doing that in an environment that is as normal as possible. So what we don't do is build huge hospital-style like places where people feel alienated and lost, and where they suffer from boredom and loneliness and helplessness. Instead, we create smaller places where people can connect, where relatives are welcome 24/7, and where living is top priority, enjoying life is top priority, even if your capabilities change. Let that be like your mental capabilities or your physical capabilities. So we remain people, even if we live with dementia, we remain people. Our personhood is not affected, even if we live with dementia or with physical restraints. And so we have to build places. That's my impetus or my motivation to do Alma Casa, to have places that are more human and more dignifying than what we usually encounter. The challenges of being an entrepreneur is like in every industry. I think you have to take risks, be really committed, and have your values, and that you don't leave your values apart, and that you believe in what you do. And of course, you also have to be cautious sometimes to not grow too fast. And that's what we do with Alma Casa. We want to keep up the quality that we have and to keep our staff happy. And if you want to be a good entrepreneur, you have to have dedicated staff and pay them well, and it pays off at the end, because if you have happy staff, you have happy residents, because the way you treat your staff, it will be the way the staff treats the elders. That's my conviction. That's from Bill Thomas, of course. And I think in Switzerland today, it's like in every country, it's a challenge, especially when you're a startup like we were. Today, we are not a startup anymore. I can say we are successful, and I'm happy about that, and I'm grateful for that too. For the future of aging in Switzerland, I would hope that we would come to a point where ageism is less predominant, where we would think that every generation has its value, that we can learn from each other. I would suggest that also medical studies should be done not only with young people for new medication, but also for older people, so that we can adjust to their needs and to my needs. I'm 58 now, in about 20 years, it's me. And I think that we have to build places for people who then need more help. Places that are as convenient and where people get the help they need, but not necessarily in a clinical atmosphere, I would say. So it is progress in terms of society that we need, but also progress in terms of how we deal with people who need care and who are not patients per se. They are people, they are personalities, and we have to keep this dignifying approach more growing in Switzerland as in many other places in the world. The most important care philosophy is that we don't have caregivers and care recipients, but we have care partnerships. So co-creation of health is a value that we pursue with the residents. Of course, some of them have severe dementia, but still we can work with them, and we can work with their relatives to make it happen together. So we are not like telling them what to do and how to do it, but to help them grow and to help them manage their special situation. That's what I think is most important. And secondly, is that the team, how the team works together and how they are open and giving feedback to each other in an open way makes them better. And if they feel well, they feel good with us as employers, but in their teams too, then they can give that joy to our residents and stay with us as long as possible, because that's a win-win situation. And staying with us gives them the opportunity to learn with us, to grow with us, and let also then the residents grow. Well, to attract people to our industry, money is one factor. I call that a hygiene factor. But I don't think that money is the only factor. You can earn well and still be unhappy. So we have to have the hygiene factor settled. So everybody should be able to make a living with a job in long-term care. But the second thing, and for me more important, is that we create job profiles and job roles that are, I would say, that they match with what they have learned, but also that they can bring themselves as a talent, as a personality, as they are. So they should not be like a mask of professionalism and not being visible as a person, because that's not funny, that's no fun. But to be with their whole personal talents and capabilities part of the team. And if we manage to settle that right and to make the professional roles visible and viable and fun, then they will come to us, they will be attracted by us, and they will stay. And one more thing is that, like, how we create working places. It's like having modern appliances to work with. Here at Alma Casa, we use IMAX. We don't have to do that. We do that by design, because we want to be like visibly attractive, modern, and more sexy than the other nursing homes. And that's what is part of our success, also with in terms of keeping and attracting staff.
How did the word Alma Casa come about?
Alma Casa is a combination of two words. Alma is the soul in Spanish, and Casa is the house, Alma Casa. And it was an idea about 12 years ago. I don't really know who had the idea at the end, but it was there one day, it just fell from heaven, and then we used it. And it is very successful because the phonetics of Alma Casa is positive and sympathetic, and I believe in the power of words and the power of how we design words, and because words make worlds. And so Alma Casa is a really lucky shot.